Okay, everybody, beautiful Wyoming. That's the nature of this country. It's as free and open as everything I ever hoped for. And I'll see if I can turn this thing around and show you what I love about Wyoming and antelope hunting. Hey, Case.
Yeah.
Text Len and see if we need any more does.
I think he's up about ready to pop a doe right now.
Oh, okay, good. Anyway, we haven't been out an hour. Casey shot a beautiful buck. In fact, let me switch this around. Wyoming antelope. Casey gets his buck. Second morning. Heck of a buck. I'm really excited because I've shot a pickup load of those bucks, but Casey's never gotten a good buck before, so let's see if we can move in, have him tell his story. Well, that's not exactly a hard, long pack out, is it, Casey?
Nope.
Those buggers only weigh, I bet gutted, that's probably 90 pounds of antelope.
Hi. He's not bad.
No, he's a good buck. Well, you know what I love about Wyoming, especially when you get ranches with unpressured antelope. Here you go. We got this whole place to us today. And even though we just got a buck, way, way up here, there's a whole nother herd that could care less. So that's a good start. Swing back around. Smells good. I love the smell.
Or was that the liver?
Come on now, he's trying to get the greenhorns to eat some raw antelope heart.
They were trying to get his nephew on his first fucking deer to
hey, you're on.
I'm like, don't do it.
You're on Tim vs. Outdoors, so you're sounding like an old curmudgeon.
I'm worse than an old curmudgeon.
Oh, that's funny. Good. All right, Case, tell your story. Your first Wyoming antelope buck. What happened? How'd you get him?
Pulled up. Luckily, this nice rancher let us know where he was at, what he was doing, and let me borrow his rifle. Had a nice 200-yard shot. Probably didn't go more than 50 yards before he went down.
Oh, that's amazing. Let me see if I can get a couple angles here. Oh, yeah, these Wyoming antelope are...
Oh, really? On what?
I love antelope. I don't love the smell of them half the time, but I love antelope. Well, so what do you think of Wyoming so far, Case?
I'd say so far it's been treating me pretty good.
I think so. Filling up the tags, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
All right, good for you. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thanks.
That is just awesome. Okay, so here we are. This is how it rolls in Wyoming. Antelope, I'm not going to say they're easy, but yeah, they're easy, okay? We've been out, I don't know. Case, we've been out here an hour today? Maybe?
An hour and a half.
Anyway, these antelope haven't been hunted, so they're actually fairly docile by public antelope standards. And what we're doing today, what you do is you cruise the roads and see if you can spot the herds, and then figure out the angles to do a real short stalk and hunt. So Casey's on the spotting scope right now, trying to see if Len, who is, oh my goodness, let's try this, way up here. There's a house, so Len would be right. Where is he, Case?
Oh shit! See where those two towers are?
Yeah.
He's kind of up in the grass.
Up in the grass. So Len is somewhere up in the grass. Is he standing up out there?
No, he's probably 200 yards to the left of that peak of that top of that tower.
Which tower? The left one with the white on it?
Almost far left.
Okay. Anyway, hopefully Len's got a buck down, but as far as I go, let's see if we can take this back in. I'm gonna turn this around if I can. Probably can't. All right, let's walk across the sagebrush. So Casey and I came up over this hill, and there was a herd that Len had spooked. Have to trick in this country. Make sure you're not shooting toward the rancher's cow, right? There's a herd up on the hill, so we wanted to let that, which I done. Yeah. Oh, well, we can save that for him. Once that herd got behind the ridge, I could probably sneak up on him. But I shot a nice buck this morning, which we're coming closer to. And I wish everybody could feel. It's probably, excuse me, it's probably in the low 50s this morning with a beautiful breeze, sagebrush. I can hear the sandhill cranes calling in the sky. And I'll show you the nemesis out here. We're going to take a detour. If I had $1 for every time I was stalking antelope, elk, or mule deer in this open country and ran into prickly pears. One time it was so bad I was pulling cactus out of my knees 6 months later. Anyway, here's a buck. Not a big one. These bucks around Gillette don't get real big, but he's a decent buck, definitely. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Look at you. Oh, actually, he's a good buck for Gillette. He's actually, let's see if we can get in here. He's got good mass. This is mass on an antelope. Good mass up here. He's what we call above his ears. It's about 8 inches up here. And then he's got cutters. So for this area, that's just an absolutely great buck. And I'm thrilled to get him. So, Wyoming blessings. Can't beat it. It's just my favorite time of year, favorite place. Okay, so here's the interesting thing about antelope hunting in Wyoming. Let's go with the beauty and the beast. So in the fall, you get these beautiful wild buttercups. Now, mind you, when you're getting antelope, most of the time you're crawling along the prairie, right? Because if they see you standing up, you spook them from a half a mile to a mile, if not further, if they've been shot at. So that's the beauty. Now let's go this way. Ta-da! Okay, think if you're me now. You're crawling on your hands and knees, and then all of a sudden you're eyeball to eyeball with, guess what? Cactus. Now, it's hard to see, but I'm going to back this up. Let's assume I'm crawling after these antelope, and I'll go from one Beauty and the Beast to the next. So, there is the next set of flowers here. We're just going to walk along, pretend like we're crawling after an antelope. And guess what we have? The next set of cactus, and then the next set of cactus, and then you're still crawling. Now these are the ones you can actually see. What about to the right? These are the ones that always get you, the little ones that you can't see. And then you're still crawling. Now mind you, half of these stalks are like half hour to an hour, and you spend most of your time dodging this set of cacti. Oh, there's a big one. I've never been drilled by a big set of cactus, but if you look on this prairie, it's hard. Everywhere there are landmines of cactus, and I have spent months pulling cactus out of my elbows and my knees because I love chasing antelope, and I always go charging off without remembering the first rule of crawling after antelope. Don't crawl in a cactus, and then you still do it because no matter how careful you are, there's always another one you don't see. And that's antelope hunting. All right, Case, tell your story here. In Wyoming, we are south of Gillette, Wyoming. What, a half hour later?
Yep. East side of Wyoming compared to east side of Washington, where we're from.
Yeah.
I guess except for you, but
Well, good buck. So
Move your buck head around a little bit.
Mine?
Yeah. His is nice in the sunshine.
Yeah. Oh, maybe why don't we move me around then?
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, these are top 5% bucks for around Gillette. Typically, this area gets hunted pretty hard, and the weather is pretty tough on them. So I expect that these are both 3.5-year-olds. I didn't look at their teeth, but great bucks. Casey got his first antelope buck today. That's quite a humdinger for a first one. And Len, it was nice of you to spook that herd by me and give me a 100-yard shot on a real good buck, huh?
Yep.
And how do you beat that, Case? The Great Wilds of Wyoming.
There is any beating it.
I don't think so either. They're by far one of my favorite animals to hunt. You see them all day. You get even if you mess up, you get a second chance. So, there's always a second chance antelope hunting. So, it's just good stuff. What do you think of that, Len?
Looks good.
Okay, good. Let's get them gutted and ready to process. All right. So, you don't know you're on Timverse Outdoors, and I'm tagging along on your antelope hunt this afternoon. We got a good buck spotted over the hill. So, all right, wind in our favor, sun in our favor. So, fingers crossed. Let's go get him. Well, that was quite the adventure, Len. Tell your story.
Yep. Saw this buck about, that was about 1,000 yards away, and worked our way over to it. Went over the back hill before we worked our way. And snuck over, and he went back the other direction. Luckily you saw him. He gave a whistle, a look back, and sagebrush too high. Couldn't shoot from there, and then I shot high with some sticks all extended, and missed at 275. Re-evaluated, put the sticks all the way down, got prone, and shot him at 375.
Now, how many bucks have you ever seen with that? Tell everybody watching what that is.
When he's doing his little rut, looks like he got involved with some baling string.
He was fighting with a hay bale.
You know why he's doing his head thing? He's bobbing his head like that because this stuff was getting in his eyeball.
Oh, he couldn't see.
Yeah. It was getting in his eye and irritating his eye.
Had he not been sent to meet his maker by you, that would have come off when his horn came off. But you know what a great buck. So it's October 6th, and all three of us took
nice bucks.
Nice bucks for Gillette standards on October 6th. So that's a hell of a day. That's amazing. And that shot 370 yards into a wind.
I haven't got one with a little bit of ivory before either.
Oh, that's awesome. Remind me to look that up. Ivory tips. So what Len's talking about, when a buck gets older, at the very end of his horns, he starts to grow ivory tips. I'm going to look up how old they are before that typically happens. So, wow. Congrats. So, that old song, 3 Dog Night, well, we got a 3 buck day.
Nice buck day.
Oh, that is awesome. I can't tell you how proud I am of you. That is awesome. So, why do I love my beloved American West? Well, in the end, it's kind of like this. You just, there's so much freedom. It's absolutely amazing. Like here I am, out in the middle of nowhere. So, I get to do anything I want, pretty much in any way I want, as long as I don't smash up the truck and do things like that. So, I think it was part of my DNA as a little kid, and for reasons I'm not 100% sure, I need that freedom in my life just as much as I need oxygen. And thank goodness for places like Wyoming, because I can take a deep breath and just be who I am. Okay, so what do you think of Wyoming, Case?
What, $2 within an hour? I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? What a beautiful resource. So this guy was at the back of the herd. What do you think? They came up over the hill about, I don't know, 100 yards away, if not less.
Probably less than that.
And wink, wink, we put the Wyoming rodeo on him.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is for a Gillette buck. This is a great buck. 100 yards. He stopped basically broadside. All this does is reaffirm just how much I love antelope and antelope hunting. They're a beautiful animal. They run in cycles, so
yeah.
The hope is that the hunters keep them from getting into a big cycle, because then they starve in a bad winter or low cycle. So it's a great resource, and we're going to end up with 9 antelope on this trip, which will all get made into hamburgers. So there's nothing about it that isn't holistic, part of this beautiful range, and part of the philosophy I live with. So anyway, cool. I can't
beautiful animal.
Pleased enough that you're with me, Casey.
Yeah, no, it's been fun every step of the way.
Cool. All right.
Well, I guess we could probably thank Len for blowing his stock over there and pushing them right to us.
I forgot. Len blew his stock and blew a whole herd at us, so we'll take that too. So anyway, Wyoming, the cowboy state, and her treasures. I just love this place. So, all right, we got. I'll try one. Old guy. We got an antelope that needs gutted, and I don't have a knife. You gonna hook me up?
I got a knife and a saw. After the 4 last night, I started getting a little better at it.
All right, let's try one more, guys. Go.